next week is the 15th, and then Tuesday will be the 17th. So maybe we'll get dressed up in St. Patrick's attire.
Yes, that would be fun. He actually, where were you? Walmart or something. And he picked up a darling little fedora that has shamrocks all over it.
Too small for my head.
And then it has a little battery operated thing so the lights go around the rim.
I told her I splurged
really cute
for $1.50. What else is new?
Well, you have a new video out.
Oh, no, that's wasn't going there yet.
Sorry.
But I do have new video out. We have new microphones.
Yeah, so tell us how we sound,
Right.
if we sound. Can you hear us? Test, 1, 2, 3.
And you're seeing us on a new camera because Judy has a new computer.
Yes. So I'm hoping that the visuals are good. I'm hoping that the audio is good. We did a sound check.
The internet's good.
We did a speed test. Yeah. So let us know how we're coming through today. And let us know where you're from. Of course, we always love to see that. We have greetings from McCordsville, Indiana. Nice to see you.
Well,
I know that name, Susan Adamson.
I had a whole list of the new ones from last week. Do you want me to get that?
Oh, sure.
Yeah, you know what?
Do you remember
because
where
I
you
have
put
a
it?
wireless mic.
That's
You'll
right.
still be able to hear me.
Still hear you.
Okay.
Do you remember where you put it?
No.
Uh-oh. I don't remember either. We had company yesterday. Well, kind of company and then kind of not. Paul's son, Kyle, and his girlfriend were in town from New York. So I was cleaning everything up because I just like, when anybody comes over, I just like everything to be put away.
And then I don't know where everything is.
And then he found it though, I think. Everything is great. Thank you, Cynthia from Pittsburgh, PA.
Pittsburgh, PA,
I'm so
my
glad
hometown.
we're coming through loud and clear.
Okay, the new cities and states that were represented last week.
Okay.
And I'll only tell you the new ones because the other ones, you know who you are. Klamath Falls, Oregon was in the House. Bakersfield, California. Denton, Texas. Newport, Vermont. Waretown, New Jersey. Blairstown, New Jersey. Lynchburg, Virginia. New Lexington, Ohio. Moore Park, California. University Place, Washington. Selma, Alabama. Seattle, Washington. Well, there's a lot.
Yeah,
Ocean City,
cool.
New Jersey. Troy, New York. Forney, Texas. Half Moon Bay, California. That sounds like a romantic place. Drexel Hill, PA.
Yeah, hi, Drexel Hill.
Home of the Dragons. Jamestown, New York. New Orleans, Louisiana. Winthrop, Massachusetts. Suffield, Connecticut.
Okay.
Those are our new ones to welcome.
Massachusetts is back. I recognize that name and city. We also heard from Austin, Texas in the house.
Love Austin.
Yes, we do. Is that the place that has the bats under the bridge? Yeah.
Congress Street Bridge. And it also has Lake Travis, which is a really, really great place to visit. And they have that multi-deck bar.
Oh,
That's a cool place. I forget the name of the place. But we kind of owe a visit back. They have and also 6th Street music scene down there. We have one of my nieces is in that area.
Yes.
Emily.
Yes. And isn't Chuck Clemency's son there? Or is he further south?
That's a good question. I think he is. Blakely, as we call him.
Speaking of Chuck Clemency, good segue.
Yes, that is a good segue. So I posted a little thing that Shop HQ posted about something about getting the band back together.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering what that's all about.
You are?
Maybe I'm going to be the last to know. Something about the Amigos.
Yes. Actually, he's lying.
3-something.
He's lying. You know why he's lying? Because we shot our part of the promo here in Florida, and they shot their part of the promo that's coming up
Across the state.
Yeah. So they're gonna sew it together, stitch it together, and I think that'll be fun to see.
We'll see how that turns out.
Yeah. So very.
But anyway,
Santa Monica.
Hi. You have a new video dropping tomorrow. Is that correct?
Yes, tomorrow morning. Maybe you guys are in the kind of not in the loop, but maybe in the habit now of looking on Monday mornings for my new YouTube videos that I drop about like 7 in the morning. I think you'd be able to see it when you got up. But tomorrow's is a little bit different. I like to switch them up. And tomorrow's is going to be, because I'm going to be moving forward with more exercises and more, I call them almost fitness toys. I'm going to do a video that shows you as I go into the future what you're going to need. So things like an exercise ball that's very flexible that you can use for flexibility and also for toning. Things like, what else? Oh, washcloths, even washcloths. I have some cool things that I can do. And these aren't really even expensive things that you have to run out and buy. Some of them you'll have around your house.
And I saw you were cleaning your floor at the same time.
Exactly.
Actually,
so that's what tomorrow is.
She has a great one coming up, and it's in the future, but how to tone your arms without making them bulky and muscular.
Yeah, get toned without size, actually. So you're getting definition and tone, but you're still being able to fit into your jackets. I have a good friend who used to work out at the gym with her husband. And of course, he was used to using very heavy weights. So he was encouraging her to do the same thing. She said, Judy, I can't, my jackets are too tight now. Like her size hadn't changed, except her size in girth had changed. So I have some tips and tricks on how to not make that happen.
So that will be very fun.
Thank you, Nancy.
I'm Paul.
No, I was talking to her.
Anyway,
like the videos.
So Saturdays are my day to drop the new videos. So yesterday was lesson 2 was finally loaded for the Color Gemstone Academy, and my YouTube channel is Paul DC Gemstones. And that lesson is all about kind of a history of gemstones. Not only some of them are like diamonds, like 1 to 35 billion years old.
Yeah.
But kind of the history of gemology. And we all think of it as a relatively recent event, but I talk about how back in the Roman times, the first book written, encyclopedia, was written by Pliny the Elder. So I talk about all that kind of stuff. And we always have a little treat at the end. I forget what I put at the end of this one. What did I do?
What do you mean by treat?
Oh, like the last week's, we did a little visit to Judy and I, our trip to the amethyst mines. Oh. So we had a little footage after the lesson on that. I think this one we had the little 2-minute video you did about the pristine mine. And so that's the treat after this one. So if you can watch either of our YouTube channels, and we always say subscribe and like and all that good stuff. Yeah, because it's fun to be able to be encouraged to keep these things going. So if that makes sense to you, that's the only reason that we say that. I even put a little chyron or caption at the bottom of my last video that says subscribe, something like it'll encourage me. LOL. Yeah, because it's work. Oh, it's work to get these done. But we love it. We're talking about subject matter that we both are very, very passionate about. So I have a question for you. Me? Did you remember to set your clocks forward this morning? I was so confused. So we went to bed last night and we're reading or doing puzzles or whatever just before going to bed. And I had forgotten that he said he was going to change the clock. Yeah. The bedside table clock. You don't have to wait till 3 a.m. to do it. No. But because I was planning to go to my bar class, my Pilates class this morning, and it starts at 8:30. So of course I knew I was going to lose that hour. So it was really physically going to be 7:30. So I woke up and the clock said 7:10. And I thought, oh man, that means it's 8:10 physically. It's 8:10. And I am so tired. I don't want to get it. And it was dark, pitch black outside. No light, no moon, no sun, no nothing. So I thought, nah, I'm just going to roll back over. So then I get up and I go into the bathroom. Now there's light. And I look at the clock and it's 7:10 again. I'm like, wait a minute. It's Groundhog Day. What happened? And then I realized that he had changed the clock on the bedside table. So it was really 8:10, but the clock in the bathroom still said 7:10. He said, what are you still doing here? I said, I'm not going to class. I'm so confused. Not that I don't love your company. Yeah. Aren't you going to class this morning? Oh dear. Okay. So what does it say? I set clocks forward. I wish it would stay that way year round. Messes me up for about a week. I know it's like jet lag when you change your clocks. You know, it's funny. It's so hard to get used to. One of the somebody tweeted today, like enough please change it, stop it.
Yeah, just set it, leave it alone.
Yeah.
Here's another one. It looks to me a minute to figure out. Oh, it took me a minute to figure out why the clocks were an hour off this morning. Then I remembered. Yeah. Oh, so what you're saying is yours automatically set themselves, which is awesome. We have a couple
which our
of clocks
devices
like that,
do.
but yeah,
Our devices do.
Right. But I need the ones on the wall. No.
Walls we got to change. The oven we had to change.
Yep. Still.
Speaking of oven, we're going to get back in the kitchen, but we just have
promises.
I know, and I got to get.
I said, don't talk about that. We said we were going to do that.
I promise you today, I will order the aprons. The in the kitchen with Paul and Judy aprons.
I would like that. I think that would be really fun.
That might motivate.
Yes, I'm always inspired by fashion, so of course having a new little apron with the logo on the front would be inspiration.
So of course we did have, as you mentioned, visitors. Our son Kyle and his girlfriend Carolyn, and he was the one. If you recall, we talked about the master classes that he gave us. So we were kind of talking about the ones that we enjoyed and didn't enjoy. But of course, I was making breakfast for them yesterday, and I said I'm not going to make Gordon Ramsay's eggs because mine are better.
They were really good.
Yeah, and I didn't have to yell at anybody.
And Carolyn is gluten-free, just like I am. So she was thrilled that I introduced her to a new brand of bread that tastes like regal bread. So she was very excited. I don't know if she took a picture. I'm going to have to take a picture of it.
Something bakeries.
And send it.
Do you want me to get it so they can see what it is?
Yeah, why not? I keep sending him.
Since I have the microphone that still works.
And then you can bring it over and we can show them.
Yeah, I'll show it.
But I need to text Carolyn and let her know what the brand is, and maybe she can buy it in New York. We were also talking about types of wine because she likes white wine, specifically Sauvignon Blanc, like I do. I kind of switch back and forth between Sauvignon Blanc and Chardonnay. So I was telling her about a very low sulfite wine that Paul found at Total Wine, and they're from South Africa. So they don't put the same kind of preservatives in that we do in the United States. And so they're a tenth of the amount of sulfites. So she was anxious to find that. She said, but in New York, the places where they sell wine have a limited variety. So she said, I'm going to have to go to New Jersey and get my mom to go to Total Wine to see if she can find that brand for me.
And so
really cute.
We did one very good deed, which was introducing her to this. It's called Canyon Bakehouse. And what is it?
Yummy.
It's a whole grain.
It tastes like a multi-grain.
Yeah,
regular bread.
And we keep it frozen because you told me that the gluten-free breads don't stay.
They don't because they don't have the preservatives in them. They don't have the wheat.
So we did our good turn there, and then a bad turn by turning on to the way that she can drink more wine.
Yeah.
Fine, I'm putting this back. How's my mic sounding when I leave?
You know what? I don't have an earpiece on.
Okay.
How does he sound when he walks away? Because we decided instead of using the separate microphone that has yes. So the new computer doesn't have the same kind of ports on the side that the old computer did. Used to have a USB port. So I was able to just plug the microphone right in. Well, this new computer has nothing but Thunderbolt 2 ports, 4 of them. So of course you have, what happened?
60 feet away from you, so they can hear me.
I can hear you.
And then it's a success.
They'll let us know. Sunny Las Vegas is writing in. Hi, Amy. Nice to see your name this morning. So anyway, what was I saying?
I don't know. Did I mess up?
Totally lost it. Yeah, you kind of did, but that's okay. That's all right.
Well,
I know. We were talking about the microphone.
Yes.
And also the USB port. And so with these Thunderbolt 2 ports, you have to have all these adapters if you want anything else like an SD card to fit in the side of your computer, or you want something that plugs in with USB. And I'm still old school. I still use a mouse. So it has a separate USB dongle that plugs in. So of course I had to get a separate adapter to go. I mean, it's fun. It really is fun, except when it's frustrating.
Yeah.
Then it's kind of not fun. But I was on the phone with the computer company and they were very good. We couldn't get the Ethernet connection working. So he walked me through it. We did all the steps. It worked. And
now you're going to have more news on the news front. You're going to have a girls' luncheon.
Listen to that. What? No sound when walking away.
Did
you put your mic on?
You turned
it's
it
in
on.
the on position.
Yeah, you turned it on. I think.
That's weird. You know what is making me wonder is if it is coming through the microphone or if it's coming through the computer. It's on?
Yep.
And you're not muted?
Don't know.
No.
Did I mute myself?
I don't know. I don't think so. Oh, that's interesting. So we'll see whether or not, okay, maybe I'll have to walk away this time. We'll see if you can hear me. This is a great test. We appreciate your patience with this because it really helps us
A
to
new
know.
thing.
Okay.
Because I know
get some more club
we
soda.
did test it by recording the other day. And so we made sure that we had the external mic on and not the mic for the computer. And I walked all the way across, put my back to the computer, and it worked just fine. So Judy?
How do I sound? Okay, so I'm probably about 50, 60 feet.
Yeah, I'd say you're 47.2 feet.
Okay, on my way back.
She's on her way back. So we'll see.
So let
As
us
you
know.
said, we don't have any earpieces in. So we
No,
don't
and
know.
that's what I should do is put.
I hear you fine, says
Okay.
Kim.
Okay, did you hear him when he walked away?
Well,
You
you're the
need
one
more
who walked away.
headroom.
Oh, I heard Paul when he walked away.
Oh, good.
Right.
I've heard the freezer open and close.
That's
Oh,
true.
good.
That's
See?
true.
See how
I was
helpful that
wondering.
is?
I was wondering
You guys,
about
this is
that.
great. Thank you. Oh, the door.
Yeah, I said I should probably explain this noise that I'm making.
So they're working.
Yay.
Yay. Okay.
Something
very good.
works.
It's a very good thing to be able to hear from you guys because otherwise we wouldn't know. And I'll tell
Right,
you
plus
why.
we're tired of spending money on new equipment.
But I will tell you why. Because just as I was talking about the different ports on the side, there's only one port to be able to attach the receiver for the transmitters, which are the microphones. The only way I'd be able to hear is using that same port with an earpiece, and I can't because I only have one port. Is that making sense?
Yep, it does.
Yep. So there you have it. Although they do have splitters. They have Y splitters.
Yeah,
So
we
you can
do.
actually put an earpiece in one port and you can put your microphone receiver
Well, don't
in
we
the
have?
other port.
Don't we have one port empty right now?
Yeah, it's a Thunderbolt. Oh, you know what though? I have an adapter that has the port that the earpiece could go in.
There you
There you go. See all these gadgets.
go.
No wonder it's so confusing. All right, he says, hi, Paul and Judy. I forgot about the changing cloudy morning here. Yes, in Roy City, Texas. Sounds
Wow.
awesome. Yay! Well, you're not the only one. I was very confused this morning too. But if they left the times alone,
Mhm.
which one would they keep? In other words, we fall back in the fall
Well, you would be
and we
standard.
spring forward.
Yeah, so we would keep the one that we just changed from. That's standard time.
The one that we'll switch
Well-
back to in the fall is what we'll keep. This is
Yes,
the one we
this
would
is
not
called
change.
This is daylight savings time.
Yeah, so you get
Where others we're standard time, like Eastern Standard Time or Eastern Daylight Time. So we go
okay.
from Eastern Standard to Eastern Daylight.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And then there's some that don't at all, like I believe Phoenix doesn't change. Isn't Hawaii? I think is another one.
Oh, I
It'll
can't
change.
remember. I
Yeah, and
know-
that makes it even more confusing.
It's not all of Arizona though, is it? It's just
No,
Phoenix.
just Phoenix area.
It doesn't change.
Mhm.
Oh,
Yeah,
no
Tucson.
wonder people are like, enough already. Maybe it'll happen next year. Maybe they'll
And what if you're right on the border
excuse me. On the border. Oh,
of where
Phoenix,
the
of
time change?
I don't know.
Oh, I can't go. The store closed at 9.
Mm-hmm. Right around the
Right
corner,
around the
up the
corner.
road.
Mm-hmm. Very bizarre.
Oh, so Deborah says I would keep daylight savings time.
Really?
So
I
that
guess
means
it
that you
doesn't.
like it later
Later.
at night,
Mhm.
because that's what we're going to start to experience. I just don't like it being so dark in the morning. I just want to roll right back over.
Well, is that a bad thing?
No, I guess not. I don't get as much out of my day.
The weirdest thing about it, I mean, all of these, urban myths and legends about why it was because of farmers, none of that is true. And I know they
That's
talk
weird,
about
isn't it?
tourism and everything, but my feeling is whether you're a farmer or whether you're a tourist, there's a finite amount of hours no matter what time you say it is.
Mm, true.
So what does
So
it,
what does it
matter? The farmers are going to get up pretty much at the break of dawn
hmm
and
Do
work
their
until they can't see anymore.
Yeah, that's true. That's funny. Okay, so we'll go back and
That was
see
my
another.
2 cents.
Thank you for that input. Judy sounds very faint. I wonder if it's just your reception. The only thing that I can think of if we sound faint. All right, hold on just a second.
Right.
I'm gonna play Oz right now. Pay no attention to
turn
the
the
woman
volume up.
behind the curtain.
Okay.
And I'm gonna see if you can hear. Should I
Okay.
turn it all the way up maximum?
Well, I don't know.
That's maximum.
And tell us if it sounds too.
Yeah, because
Fuzzy.
you don't want us to be overmodulated either. That would be kind of annoying. Okay. Joanne says that she heard you when you walked away. Excellent. Thank you.
She didn't say she was happy about it.
Can't hear you walking either.
Huh.
So yeah.
Cheryl didn't
So
hear
some
you
people-
or me.
No.
And
but everybody else
others
did.
heard the freezer door open.
Yeah. Yep.
And I just heard the ice drop.
Yeah, I was just going to say, if you're over there now, you'd hear the ice. So I'm wearing another sweater
Love
from
it.
my little collection
Mhm.
of clothes. And there were 8 more people who joined the group this
Okay.
morning.
And what's that group?
That's the group it's called Judy Crowell Style,
Mhm.
just like this is called, just to kind of we talked about the branding
Consistency.
under an umbrella so
Mhm.
that you'd recognize the name. So I thought that I would kind of show you a few more clothes if you're in the group at 1:30 Eastern Daylight Savings Time and 10:30 a.m. Pacific. Is that Daylight Savings Time? Pacific Daylight Savings Time?
Yeah, Pacific Daylight Time. I
Oh,
guess.
okay.
Daylight Savings Time, yeah.
Okay. So if you're around, you might have gone off to church by then, or maybe you're heading out for breakfast, but I just wanted to let you know that I'm going to try to do that in like an hour after we finish this broadcast. So that'll be live on my group page. And I'll show you some more fun things.
It's an interesting thought.
What's that?
I'll go back to the cooking now.
Oh, you are?
We haven't done a breakfast.
No, maybe you need to challenge Gordon Ramsay on his
his thing.
eggs.
Yeah, I could explain the 2 different methods.
We still have the creme fraiche,
Creme fraiche, yeah, and
but not the urchin.
no, we're not gonna do the sea urchin.
Oh,
I don't want sea urchin on my eggs.
no. This orange slimy thing that just sits on the top of the egg, staring at you.
But he did have the cool little things to present it in.
Yeah, they were kind of neat, almost like little mini crock
Of
pots.
course, I could.
I
do
heard
that.
both of you when you were walking away from the camera.
Mhm.
Yay,
Okay.
Diane! That's great. Awesome. Now, do we sound louder?
Because you turned
Because
it
somebody was saying that it was very faint, so I just turned it on maximum volume, and you can see mine. It's like right up under my chin.
So, what can we look forward to for? So tomorrow is a new one.
A new one, what?
Your video.
Oh, my new YouTube.
And, yeah, that comes out in the morning, and
Yes.
very early in the morning if you're on the West Coast. And that subject matter again.
That's the one that talks about, as I go forward with future videos, some of the things that if you have them on hand, you'll be able to participate easier. One of the things that I do is I try to use things that you have around the house. So in other words, if you haven't run out and gotten a playground ball or something that's a very flexible ball that you can use for resistance, I also talk about taking a beach towel or even a real thick bath towel and wrapping it up and putting rubber bands on either end. So you could use that. It's just not going to give you the literal bounce back that a ball
But
does.
it still gives you resistance.
But it still gives you resistance. So things like that are adjustments that I make too.
One thing I should also mention, even though for you on Mondays, for me on Saturday, a new video is launched on our YouTube channels each week. If you're starting late, you can always go back because they're in a playlist.
Yes.
So you can always go back and watch, like my lesson 1 was a week ago. My lesson 2 was yesterday.
Yes.
But if you miss lesson 1, just watch that first and go to lesson 2 and so forth.
That's a nice thing. You really have complete control because they're not live. So it's not as though if you miss it, you can't ever see it again. It just lives on that person's channel. And I thought it was so funny that Kyle, your son, knew that I had been doing these exercise videos, fitness videos on YouTube. And you know who else did? Do you all remember, if you are former or even current QVC watchers, back in the day, do you remember Yumm Tom?
Oh, yes.
She was our guest
jade, right?
who did
Yeah.
the Chinese jade. And I actually had gone over to China back in 1991, I think, with Yumm. And we shot
All the
and
time,
filmed
yeah.
all over the country.
You could post pictures of that.
Actually, I could. Yeah. Yeah. That was just a great trip.
Yeah.
It was just so educational. But the reason I bring her up is because she wrote to me and made a comment on Facebook saying, I'm going to start doing your videos. I just found them. I'm like, yeah. She said, I miss you. It was just so much fun. We've talked about this before, how Facebook it really reconnects you with people, but so many opportunities out there now. And what I love is being able to interact with you guys much more so than we ever could before. So I think that's fun. And I'm going to even do that more in my group than I've ever done
Yes.
before.
So those that are in Judy's group, I was kicked out of it as we talked about before, but then I was let back in because I was the comment reader.
Because I needed you.
And then she cast me aside again.
No, you're still in it.
I'm still in?
Yeah,
Okay.
you're still in it.
But then you'll be doing some of your. I can't wait to hear the comments on your.
Oh yeah, on my little leggings.
Yes.
They're very, very fun. Avocado toast and eggs, Glenna says.
Ooh, you know what? That's a big thing. And you know, we were even talking about doing a guacamole because we love one of our favorite things when we go to Tucson every year is tableside guacamole, and you get it to your liking in terms of how spicy you want it to be. Love that. So avocado toast breakfast, maybe. Yeah, I've learned how to
Avocado
do
toast
that.
and eggs.
Yeah.
Are you saying make avocado toast, or are you
Yeah.
saying just a toast that you put avocado on?
That's a good question. I don't know. I've never
So,
had avocado. I know it's a
We
thing.
need clarification.
I know it's a thing. Avocado toast is a thing.
Uh-huh.
It's like a very popular thing. But I've never had it.
I don't think I've ever had it either.
But we love avocados, so why not?
Yes, exactly.
All right. That's a good
And
suggestion.
guacamole.
And we could also keep
Now
threatening.
you got me thinking about guacamole too.
I know. Do we
Hi,
add
Robert.
that? Do we dare add that to our brie thing today?
You're gonna run out and get it
Why not?
while I'm doing my little group live.
See, she's trying to kick me out of the group again. Actually, you said
you're the only man in it.
No. But you also said that you don't want to necessarily interrupt your flow by just talking to everybody. You can say, I'll answer your questions after.
Yeah.
I get that.
You know what? It's really fun using this system because we can put up your comments on screen. Not all of them, because I think, unfortunately, I missed some that come through as we're trying to have a conversation at the same time we're interacting with you guys. But in order to try to show clothes and things, I feel like it might be too difficult
And too distracting.
come up to the camera and then
yeah.
go back. And so I just want to make sure that you have a good time and that you know that I'll go back through and answer every single question and read all the comments in the group session too. So
I like it.
And what I have to hope, because I'm going to experiment with technology there too, is I'm going to be using my phone for that one instead of the computer. So I can't plug in the Ethernet cord to it. So we're going to rely on Wi-Fi.
Okay. And then if you find that you're struggling,
Yeah.
I will run the cable upstairs.
Exactly. If you're frustrated and you can't hear or it's fuzzy or whatever, I'm definitely not going to keep that going.
But we've done so much with our phones in the past.
Hi, Missouri. Joshua says that he remembers Yumm Tom.
Oh, yeah.
Remember that on the Chinese Jade
Oh, yeah.
shows?
Yeah.
Yes. So much fun. Oh, you even remember Naomi and Aiko. You're so right. They were the models that we used.
That's right.
Yep.
How about
Love
that?
them. I
Yeah.
know. Taking us back, Joshua. That's fun. Okay. So, Huevos Rancheros. Yum.
I'm
sure I didn't pronounce that right.
Yeah. You
Did I?
well. Huevos, yeah.
Okay.
Ranch style eggs.
Yes. Ranch style eggs. Actually, I really like them with salsa
Mhm.
and avocado. It's just a completely different way, but it's so healthy.
I think they
to
do
eat them
some
that way.
peppers in there too.
Oh, yeah,
probably. So
yeah,
I'd
yeah.
have to say ixnay to the Eppers pay for me.
Oh, okay.
That's just too much spice for the morning.
Yeah. So, oh my gosh, it's so funny. And we've talked to you about this before, where sometimes we'll say, okay, well, we're really not traveling. We didn't get back from anywhere. We can talk about our YouTube videos. And of course, we're probably driving you crazy about that, but it's so much fun.
Well, we're driving
when
you
we do
crazy
a new
also
one.
when we're testing all this new equipment.
Yeah.
Walking to the freezer.
Exactly. But it's so helpful to hear. So it sounds to me like this broadcast, we've got all the right
Ducks in a
pieces,
row.
all the ducks in a row, that things were actually working. So that's a good thing. We'll go back and watch and
Okay,
make
well,
sure.
we'll look forward to seeing you at 1:30.
Yes, in
Of
an
course, I'll
hour.
see you now.
That's
but-
what I was going to say is I can't believe a half an hour went by
Is it
that
gone?
fast. And here I was thinking, we have nothing to talk about.
We never have anything to talk about.
So I'll see you in now. Are you shooting another video this
I am.
afternoon? Or what's
Um,
the subject this time?
Okay, so next week will be the first of the 4 C's. The color, cut, clarity, carrot weight. And I've shot all of them except the carrot weight. Today's about carrot weight.
Okay.
So that's what I'm going to shoot today, and then that'll drop in about a month.
Okay. Sounds good. You're that far ahead?
Yeah.
That's great. Thank you, Rose. And thank you all for joining us today. We will plan to see you next weekend. You said we might be in Wear Your Green.
Wear your green, for
Yeah,
sure.
because it'll be
St. Patty's.
2 days before St. Patty's Day. And I'll wear my little fedora.
Yes.
Have a great day. I'll see some of you in an hour. Bye.
Bye.